Welcome back, part 2 of my India adventure. And remember, I'm here staying at this Ayurvedic clinic predominantly to help Terry out as part of my cancer journey and just really trying some alternative kind of treatments. NHS doing an amazing job and got some good NHS drugs, chemotherapy and immunotherapy and maybe some radiation coming up and all sorts of stuff. But I wanted to go to India and get some Ayurvedic treatments and just get the very best of what the East and the West has to offer, hoping they will complement each other. So hope you enjoy this video. Let's hear about some of the treatments. Hi, so just come back from my 7th day of treatment, and you've not heard from me for a while because I've been having the same treatment each day. So first 6 days fundamentally had 2 treatments. One was and I may have mentioned this, but one was the water treatment. I mentioned it in the last video, where 2 guys fundamentally go up and down your body with a little kettle of medicated hot water, pour it all over your body for about an hour in the end, actually. And I had that 6 times. I think this was the idea is the medicative water kind of seeps into your body, also draws out some toxins, and then the same medicine that's in that water gets turned in the other side of the day. So 1 treatment before lunch, 1 after lunch. They seem to change which one is which way round. But the other one is this paste, the same sort of herbs and potions and stuff turned into a paste, left on your body, and that's left on there for about an hour and a half basically, and then you wash that off. And that one, same thing, sort of. My understanding is that the medicine is sort of absorbed into the body and the toxins out of the body. So that was interesting, but it went on for quite a long time, 6 days. Although I was grateful in the end, because today was day 7. So today the treatment changed a little bit. Doctor came and saw me yesterday and said, okay, we're going to change things up. I think the water sort of gets you ready for whatever comes next. And I'm looking down here to read it. So I had the Abhyangam, sorry about my pronunciation, and the Veterana. So the first one, the Abhyangam, I should really know how to pronounce these, I'm so sorry. That's in essence a sort of an oil massage. So starts sitting on one of the big tables, and you start with a massage of your head, so quite vigorous massage of your head and your face with a hot oil, apparently oil only, no medication in it. And then the same thing over your body. So first of all you lay on your front, then your side, then your back on your side, and it's quite a vigorous. So the 2 guys are giving you this full-on oil massage, not like a Swedish massage, not really deep into your muscle tissue, more palm of the hand, kind of brush strokes and stuff, but over your whole body. You feel like a slab of meat. You're not wearing anything, and you're just a little privacy thing over your privates. But yeah, you feel like you're being prepared. You can imagine them having the coals outside and the rotisserie ready to just sort of baste you in this oil quite roughly for maybe half an hour or so, and then being sort of stuck out on the coals to cook. So it was an interesting experience. I don't know if I'd say it was relaxing. Maybe not the first time. I think you have a few of these, I think, and I guess once you get used to it and you know what position you're supposed to be in and how you're going to be lying, and it's mildly less disconcerting because it is an unusual feeling, then I think people get into that and it's quite relaxing. It's certainly quite vigorous on your body, which is good. And then the Vasti. Now the Vasti is fundamentally an enema, so you might want to switch off now. That's an interesting experience. This was the medium Vasti. There's a bigger one to come. I don't know why I didn't have the small one in preparation, but it's 700 millilitres of fluid fundamentally inserted into your intestine to clear it out, your colon, but the route for insertion, there's no getting around away from it, and the route for insertion is through your anus. That's an experience. Yeah, I'm not necessarily looking forward to the next one. So fluid, I said medicated, I think fluid, inserted, held for about 5 minutes, and then allowed to not be held anymore, so to release the body. I won't go into too much detail. And then after that you're told to rest, do as little as possible. You have this rice soup, which I think is probably just to rehydrate you as much as possible. Quite a lot of liquid goes in. And the idea of that is you just feel really cleansed again internally, ready for some more treatments. Tomorrow I have some sort of buttermilk on my forehead, warm buttermilk poured onto my forehead for a long period of time, and that's supposed to help the I say warm, maybe it's not warm actually, because it's supposed to help the body cool down. So your immune system runs quite hot, so it's supposed to cool you. So yeah, it's been interesting. Daddy Moose, as he's called, the dad of the family. So I think there's 3 generations, or there are 2 generations working here of doctors, but you see 3 or 4 different people. The father, the all-knowing father, came in today. First time I've met him, Dr. Moose, and he was just checking through the treatment, what I'd had so far, talking a little bit about what's to come. I was chatting to him about whether I should go home and go straight into the immunotherapy and radiation therapy again, or whether to try and give it a little bit of time, and the pros and cons of that. It's interesting. He didn't get a definitive answer, as you would expect, I guess. They don't want to say don't have any urgent Western medicine, but also pointed out that the stuff that I'm having here isn't just about improving my immune system. Some of the medications are also to try and help shrink that tumour. So I've got some more thinking and decisions to make, which I'll chat about another time, but I just wanted to fill you in on my sort of day 6. Now the treatment's changed, and let you know what I'd had. As for all of the rest of the stuff, little tour of the venue and all that kind of jazz, coming very soon. But it's been a relaxing 5 or 6 days, really. It has. Yeah, I'll fill you in more soon. Thanks. So here is the Atma Centre, looking very nice in the sunshine. My balcony is one of those, overlooking this lovely green area. So it seems to be its own sort of fairly secluded space in this nice rural landscape for getting zen. This seems to be a little cut through path, but it's quite popular with bikes and scooters and pedestrians. So we're out on our morning walk, 6:30 each morning, not before the sun comes up, but before it gets crazy hot. And while we're really allowed off the clinic, because in the daytime you have lots of treatments or the doctor pops in, so try and get out each morning. We do about 5-kilometre hike, and it's not too hot, and it's quite pretty actually. And so we go, this first bit's kind of through the little village and town, and then we'll end up by the paddy fields where there's buffalo and egrets, and I'll show you shortly. But it's already, I think it's 25, 26 degrees, 95% humidity, so it's sticky, but it's a cool way to start the day. Good morning, morning. And most people you meet are very friendly, which is nice. So a typical day at the clinic is basically up at just before 6 a.m, and then a guy comes in, different for everybody depending on what treatment they offer, but I get a guy comes in and gives me some medicine. It's like hot, it's about 70 ml, you just drink it, he mixes it for me, hands it over, generally about 20 past 6, then out for a hike, 6:30, back for breakfast, generally 8:30 in the morning till about 9:15, 9:30, then quite often a mid-morning treatment of some kind. Lunch is at 12:30 till about 1:30, another treatment in the afternoon generally, and you get some fruit and some chai tea around about 3:30, then a bit of downtime, dinner at 6:30, and you're generally done by about 8:30, and you're pretty knackered. You might have had a few, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 treatments by then. I'll run through some new ones soon that I'm experiencing, and then the day is done, generally in bed by about 9:30, 10 o'clock, ready to start the day again. So that's my Ayurveda clinic timings experience. All this water mainly seems to be to irrigate the rice fields, the paddy fields next to us, which there are many, but you also get some fishermen coming out. So there's a guy coming up, just sorting his nets out. I saw some fish he caught yesterday, just some tiny little sprats, whiting kind of stuff, I guess, not a lot. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. How are you? Thank you. Keep saying I'll show you around my new abode. So just got back from my walk. Cup of tea, cup of chai. Let me give you a little tour of where we hang out. So the entrance is just down there, and then this is where we have most of our food. Sat outside in the warm, which is nice. Then we have a little kitchen area where we go in and get our food. Lovely team of people in there making our dinner. And then this is the grounds of the clinic. So, I'll show you through. Just try and walk a bit faster. I may speed this up. On the left here is where we get our daily coconuts in this little room. It's not open until 3 o'clock. There you go, coconut water, or 3:30. Comes out of this little room here. I'll show you later. Nice netting, creates a bit of shade. And most of the rooms are down here. There's also another block down this way. Lots of the herbs and greenery that they use in the food and the treatments. But it's a very lush, very green space. Feels cool. There you go, office and pharmacy. That's the treatment rooms where I go each day for my treatments. And then my block is the next one down. And that's quite nice because I have the view of the greenery the other side, whereas not all of the rooms have that. But yeah, it seems to be these various pockets of greenery walled off, dotted around, and they seem to grow a lot of their own bananas and mangoes and various bits. But yeah, it's only a 2-story block, washing and stuff on the top, washing machines, and then this is my space. There you go, treatment rooms dotted around, and then my room is just up the stairs, just there. There you go. This is where the lady makes all of the different medicines for all of the different treatments. So every day, 8 hours a day, she's in here making all of the potions and lotions for all of the different treatments that we have. Lots of burners for medicative ointments, things that are poured over us, on our heads, over our bodies, all made fresh every day. Very nice. Now, when I wasn't out walking, we were also lucky enough to be staying near a temple, and it seems that the temples in India have a regular festival, and the one next door to us, just a few hundred meters from where we were staying, was having this great festival. So let me show you a few images and listen to a few tunes. So the noise of this festival we could pretty much hear from the hostel, and it was about 18 hours a day, and there was fireworks and all sorts of other stuff, but it was very cool to have next door. But I was super grateful to come back at 5:30 a.m. the following morning to see it as it should be. So behind me is the temple, very well lit up, and I've just been in there. It's sort of 5:30 in the morning. You wear a traditional dhoti, sort of Indian men's dress, I guess, and then you're allowed in. You take your top off, so that's all you can wear when you're in there. So I couldn't take you in with the camera, I'm afraid. And then it's interesting. Lots of candles, big square area, lots of deities, gods, all around
the square. You walk around in a clockwise direction, paying your respect to each of the gods as you go. They're all in a little cubby hole, I guess, with candles lit all around them. It's very powerful, very atmospheric. I can see why. I mean, I'm a spiritual person rather than a religious person, but I can see why it would be quite a cool way, quite a grounding way to start your day and feel good about what you're doing for the rest of the day, just to pay your respects. And I kind of like the fact, I don't know too much about Hinduism, I need to read a bit more about it, but I like the fact that it's not just one god, but there's lots of different representations of different things. So yeah, it was an interesting way to start the day. Glad I finally managed to get inside the temple. I've walked around it a few times. You might have seen the footage of the elephant, but now we've been in. So now I'm heading back to the clinic to go for our morning walk. But yeah, cool start to the day. Enjoying my adventure.
And then to conclude our temple theme, because this is in danger of becoming the Indian temple show rather than the Mark Ayurvedic helping out Terry show, but hopefully it's all of interest. But yeah, the finale was the sort of the local priests and people from the temple coming down to the pond that was just behind the clinic that I was staying in, and they have this sort of ceremonial bringing of this golden statue down to the water, and then everybody sort of dips into the water, and there's a bit of singing and a bit of chanting, but it felt like the whole village had come out basically to witness this. So yeah, really cool, very grateful to be there during this time despite the noise, and yeah, really helped make this not just a trip about health from a physical perspective, but also sort of mental health, inspiration, all that kind of stuff. And I really did feel energized by all of the adventures and the spirituality. So in the end, I stayed for 16 days at the Atma Clinic for the Ayurvedic treatments, and I loved it. It was really cool. It was, you know what really made it was how friendly the staff were and all the amazing people that I met. I met people from Switzerland and Germany and the USA and Australia and France and South America and Martinique and all these amazing places, and we just had so many beautiful conversations. You get quite a lot of time, and it's very communal. A lot of people are traveling on their own, so yeah, it was probably my favorite bit of it was the people, and not just the customers, although that's who I spoke to the most, because you know, we had language as commonality, so we could chat easier, but also the staff were just beautiful, really, really happy, friendly people. And I carried on with some different treatments. I ended up having the buttermilk sort of poured on my head. It wasn't hot, it was a sort of cooling treatment. I had some sort of cloths, hot cloths covered in oil and medicated stuff sort of put on my heart and on my head. I really enjoyed it, but I did decide with a couple of days to go, and I was supposed to stay there for the whole time, but it just seemed such a waste to come all this way to India and not see too much. So I did decide to check out and just get a couple of days on a river, which is where I am now. So see in the background this amazing river, and but it's somewhat more luxurious accommodation, this amazing place, Cranganore. It's really, really beautiful. So I've been here now, just day 2 basically. It's got a swimming pool, it's got some really good food, and yeah, I bailed, but it's just a little bit of luxury. I've got a really hectic time coming back to the UK. I've got 24 hours of travel, and then I'm straight back into hospital to start my immunotherapy treatments, and then an appointment with a radiologist a few days later to sort of get some advice on that. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to come and chill. And the last couple of days treatments I'd had all of them before, so there was nothing new, although I'm sure having them more is helpful, but I decided to prioritise this. Yes, what a diva Terry is, but overall just this amazing adventure in this local area. I might chuck a few images up on the screen so you can see sort of where I am at the moment. India is awesome. You know, it's got such an energy. It's got this sort of Hindu culture. It's not really about religion. It's more cultural than that. It's just ingrained in their DNA, I suppose, over these thousands of years. And I love the traditions and respect that they've got, and the kind of traditional clothing, and it's just a really energizing place. This was exactly the right call. It's exactly what I needed to give me some energy ready to go back into treatment. Obviously, when I booked it originally, it was all about getting rid of the toxins, getting rid of the chemotherapy, getting me healthy again. And unfortunately, you know, Terry's not fully gone, so it became as well about sort of managing the tumour and getting me ready to go back into hospital rather than just the long-term management. But I really do feel it's done that job. It's rekindled my love for adventure and love for travel, which is deep-rooted in me from when I spent a couple of years in Asia 30 years ago. So however long I am here for, as this continued cancer journey goes, I'm going to make sure that I try and prioritise travel. Being immunocompromised is going to make that challenging at times, but hopefully Fee and I and the kids, we can get to some interesting places because it's good for the soul, and it's either going to help me get better because it just fills you with this lust for life, or it's the very best way to spend however many years that I'm super grateful to be on planet Earth for left. So look, thanks for joining me on the adventure. I hope it's been interesting. I still can't believe that anybody watches this nonsense, but hopefully it's useful or interesting or both. And yeah, I'll be back soon to let you know how the next stage in the treatment's going. All right, bye from India. I leave tomorrow morning 6 a.m, so I've got 13-14 hours left or something like that. So bye from me.